Hey, everybody. It's a Wednesday morning. Feeling all right. Hope y'all are feeling all right too. We have a kind of different live stream today. We're going to be doing a tank walk around. Um, I know, believe it or not, I actually have fish tanks. I talk about a lot of trading cards and stuff on here. And today we're going to be checking out some fish tanks, some terrariums, and talking about plans that I got for my fish room. Lots of fish talk today. So strap in, get ready. What's up, Jeffro? What's up? What's up? I am going straight up from my phone, so let me know if anything sounds weird, it looks weird. I got my mic, so it should be okay. Um, I wonder if I should get my tripod while I'm doing this, so I don't have to hold the phone the entire time. That might get a little annoying. Let me grab my tripod. Doo doo. Ah, here it is. What's up, Jorge? I can't remember if I said that already. All right, chill, bro. It's just a tripod. You good? I ain't gonna get you. Oh, cool, cool. Chilling on the school bus. Nose look of the side. Nose look at the inside of the nostrils. Yeah, exactly. That was actually the perspective I was going for. Wanted to show you guys the my nose. Just so you knows. Make sure my head ain't buttons. All right. There we go. That's better. A lot smoother. All right. So we'll wait a little bit. There we go. Live chat. Get that going. Hey, no whining. You already got your treats. You already got your treats. Oh, sweet. So I just scroll down. I can bring that chat up. Hey, no, go, go. You're being rude. Being rude. It's my. So yeah, today, like I said, we got some. Knock it off. Go. This dog, I love him so much, but the second I start doing anything, he just starts barking, whining. Don't turn your head at me. Yeah, I saved myself an old garden tree or somewhere. The doctor getting Jesus, Jesus, Jeffro, what are you doing over there? Yeah, yeah. Well, good thing you're getting the tetanus. You don't want to end up with the old lockjaw. Um, there. Yeah. Whoopsie daisy. That's a cinnamon girl. What's up? What's up, dude? You are really distracting. This is annoying. Knock it off. Super rude. Go, go. I already gave you your treats. I gave you your. Let me see if he's got food. Yeah, he's got food. I'll freshen this water up. Give me 1 second, guys. Whiny boy from whining. Fresh water. Oh my god. I bet you any money he thinks he's getting chicken or something right now, and he's got to be patient. I got to make my lunch, and then he can get have part of that. Jeff Kane, what's up? What's up? So I saw people starting to get their Fisher and Punk binders and cards and everything. Um, hey, make sure you take any pictures or show them off. It's really cool to see that stuff in the Fisher and Punk hub or yeah, just share all that stuff out if you can. Definitely helps out the business there for getting the name out there. Ugh. Oh, you guys want to see most recent card I drew up here? We got a Duckweed Degenerate Dave. And check that out. Pretty decent. Cooking up a duckweed salad there. I'll be getting put in a pack here soon. Couldn't believe two of the art cards already got pulled. Thank you very much, man. I'm working on cleaning up my artwork, giving the nice crisp lines. Um, just yeah, it's hard. I've noticed because like I have like I would almost describe it as bipolar, but it's like a good bipolar. It's like there's a business Kyle and then there's like an art Kyle. And I think I've talked to Jeff about this before. I wear different hats, and sometimes I have one hat on for too long, or and the art Kyle. When I get into the art Kyle mode, a lot of my planning can kind of go out of the window. So that's something I can dabble in for like a week or so, and then I kind of have to come out of that mode and be like, okay, this is business mode. Hey, what are you doing? You're just trying to cause problems. Go back there. There's nothing back there for you. Go get nothing bad. You're always finding stuff on the floor. This guy, my best buddy. But yeah. So I got the different hats, like I said, and then right now I'm wearing the art hat a lot, and I'm really just relaxing and enjoying doing that, making some art. I got a piece that I started right now that it's actually the bare bottom Branton card that I'm working on drawing, and I'm doing it in a different that's actually Jeffro, that's actually what we're gonna be looking at today. We're gonna check out all the paludariums. I got the one that I started building right behind me here. We got a we're not gonna put it in here, but I actually got a water pump that I ordered from Amazon. So I'm gonna be doing a water feature. I it started I'll tell the story of that in a little bit. But yeah, so I was talking about that the bare bottom Brandon card that I was doing, and I'm building up the colors in a little bit different way to try to give it a little bit more depth, and we'll see how that works out. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it with gouache or if I'm gonna go for some acrylic markers next. But I have like a base for the colorations of the skin, and I don't know. I'm going back and forth with if I like it or not. There's always a really ugly when you're doing art, there's like an ugly phase where it gets kind of scary and you're looking at everything. Hey, very cool. Um, but when you're building it up and you got oh cool, cool. So yeah, when you're building up those colors and you're building up the shading, you haven't done your lines yet, your outlining or any of the fine tuning, there's like an ugly phase. Where just use crayons. I should, right? But where it could just get a little scary, and every now and then it gets there, and you're like, "Oh man, what did I do?" This is at that phase right now, and unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to get it past that phase, so now I'm just kind of living with that fear. It's fun. No, I was just petting you. I literally was petting you this whole time. I can't pet you this whole live stream. You gotta go. All right, I'll get you a treat. I'll get you a treat. This dog. I have spoiled him too much. Now he just he needs something else. Go. Get, go, go. Well, it's also probably weird that I'm talking to myself in the middle of the living room. That's got to throw him off a little bit. But uh, yeah. So I don't have the Prisma colored pencils, or actually, I think I might have bought. I think the first set I had was maybe one of those. My problem, the colored pencils I have right now, when I sharpen them too much, the very fine tips just shatter, and I think it's a cheaper colored pencil. I think that's the issue. Um, but it's one thing that I'm working on figuring out working with because you really need a sharp tip to get that the clean artwork. Yeah, these two, actually these three, these are getting put in packs by this week, seeing as how those other art pieces got pulled already. Um, but yeah, these three right here are probably some of the best pieces I've put out recently, besides for that the roaming reef. This is actually glow in the dark. This one's really interesting. I got you. I got you. No worries. Never stress over watching the live streams. But yeah, these are three, and so this one is all alcohol markers and colored pencils. Definitely cleaner. And then this is gouache and colored pencils. And I'm a big fan of gouache. It's a little bit I like working with gouache on the weekends when I don't have work. My brain is like a very it's a weird place, and it's a little weird with the way it looks at time and stuff. So like the watercolors get a little overwhelming, like thinking about setting all that stuff up, and then getting into a piece versus just whipping out some alcohol markers, which is this whole tower of power right there. Those are alcohol markers, and then I do have acrylic markers, but I have a really nice set of acrylic markers back here that I'm gonna get back into working with because I have been learning about the different types of markers. And when I first started, first set I got was acrylic markers. Uh, those are good for um, like comic book kind of style art, less realism, more cartoonish kind of stuff. And the alcohol markers are definitely better for a more realism ish kind of look to it. I guess is the way I would describe it, more shading ability and all that stuff. But yeah, I do need eventually I'll get a like a higher end set of colored pencils. Can't remember the watercolors we used on old flash sheets. Been too long. Yeah, I actually have a regular set of watercolors too, but I like the gouache because it's I don't know, it's just something about it. The thickness of it. It's a watercolor, but it can be thicker, like acrylic almost. You can make it opaque. You can make it clearer. You could do a lot of shadings easier with it because you can just kind of water it down or thicken it up depending on how darker you want it. Add a little bit of blue for some shading. But anyways, we are gonna walk around some tanks, I swear. So you use straight up acrylic paint, really? I have not used any straight up regular acrylic paint. I wonder if I should one of these days try some of that. I'm trying to keep myself from buying too much more art supplies and just getting into a mode of saving because I have a lot of supplies now that I'd much rather just kind of work through the stuff I have. You can water acrylic down too. Yeah, maybe I will try some of that. I think my lady has some acrylic paints around here that maybe I'll give it a shot one of these days. Yeah. Sweet. So today, like I said, we got a tank walk around. I'm gonna show off my new paludarium build. We'll start there. We'll look at some plants like that are behind me here. This is my little art corner. My desk, which is unfortunately I can like almost never use this desk because it is basically storage for all the Fisher and Punk necessities. But I'm building up a better building up a better setup for all of this as far as storage and everything. But it is what it is. It looks like an utter mess right now. This is actually a drawer for a storage system. It's like a cardboard trading card storage system that I just got today, and I had to put it together to make sure my packs were going to fit in it, and they do. So I'm very happy about that. That I think is going to make a big difference for storing the packs because I have all these separate like little um, cardboard boxes, but they're just kind of loose and not like a system. Like I need like a better just storage system. I have stuff everywhere. And then I have like recycled, like a lot of my void fill. I just try to because I'm a janitor at a building, so all my void fill that's like paper or any of the foam void fill, I just take from Amazon packages at work. People have leave this stuff out in front of their apartments, and I pick it up on my way while I'm pulling garbage, and I just take all the void fill, throw it in my car, and I use that stuff because that's real recycling. Like that's directly recycling, and I'm a fan of that, and it definitely saves me some money, so I don't have to pay for that. Um, so yeah, so this is my art corner setup. This is my desk. It's actually one of those height adjustment desks, just not plugged in right now. And then this is my super fancy chair that I got like really cheap. It was like 20 bucks, but it's just like a nice comfy leather, looks all what like what is that? Art Deco or something? June, what's up? What's up? I'm glad you are here. I hope you got my email. I have felt so bad that everyone was waiting on those posters. I actually just picked up your posters today. Um, yeah, it is. It's a lot wider than like the most bar stools. Like it's if unless you see it in person, like most of them, you kind of expect it to be, I don't know, so much more narrow, but it's comfortable. Like it's a nice chair. This is very happy that I got this chair. But June, I'm happy you're here. I have your posters finally. What happened was, hopefully you got my email, but if you didn't, um, basically my print shop was closed down at the end of the week last week, so I had to wait till this week to place an order for those new posters. And then what ended up happening was their printer was broken. So what are you doing back there, dude? You driving me nuts. Um, Oh, okay, sweet. So yeah, then Monday the printer was broken, so they weren't able to get that stuff printed up until like Tuesday yesterday. So I picked it up this morning. I will package all that stuff up after the live stream, and then or I'll drop that off to the post office on my way to work. Cheers. Sorry for the wait, but it was kind of unavoidable. Most of the time, get out of there. Stop. Go. Get. You don't need to be back there. Why? Huh? Go. Go anywhere else. There's literally a freaking ant trap that he's trying to get that's like way back in the corner over here, and I'm gonna have to fucking move it because it seems like he's trying to freaking dig all the way back. Ridiculous, and that stuff will kill you. Yeah, you're choking on hair or something. Get. Oh my god, I love this dog, but he is just a very attention hungry puppy. Get. So, anyways, yeah, poster problems, all that's sorted out. You and Lance were waiting for like ever for those, so I apologize, but all that stuff will get shipped out today. Really? Oh my god. What'd you say? He's losing it. He's talked to the Fisher and Punk cards. Yeah, no, that's my friggin' dog, and he literally just threw up because he is like that. Yeah, it's probably those treats. Fasten up your tummy. Oh god. All right. So that's the desk. Let's start talking about some plants, and fish, and stuff. All right. So let's see. Let's flip this camera around. There we go. Oh, hey, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful sight? So this is my big old Monstera. The plants. in mind when making your new scape, or did you go with what was available? So I usually for all my terrariums, I just build with what I have. I haven't really bought any plants for them. Um, Besides for moss, I did buy a bunch of moss. That was a whole conundrum because I bought it off a store off of Shop or Etsy. Waited like a month, never got any communication. Ended up getting a refund. Waited like another month, and I actually ended up getting the package, so I didn't pay for anything. Never got any communication from the seller, and yeah, so that was the story of that. So I do have a bunch of like terrestrial moss that's in there, like that spiky star moss kind of, and then I think that is another terrestrial moss. But and then I also am yeah, exactly. The sellers on there don't seem to be like treating themselves as actual businesses. They just kind of like, hey, I'm selling stuff. It's a little bit different. And then I have some Java moss in there. So I do have a lot of mold popping up here. This is a brand new setup. Got to get some isopods and probably just some more airflow going. And but I think that'll eventually work its way out. Most of my terrariums have had that in the beginning, and then it ends up kind of working its way out. I could be wrong, but the way I look at that is like land algae. Like the mold is like the land algae. It's got like excess nutrients it's feeding off of or something, and it's got to work its way out, and then eventually it'll be gone. And that's seems to be the case with how my terrariums have worked so far. And so I hope. Oh my God, this dog, dude. And I hope that that's the way this one goes as well. So basically, this is not finished. So basically my plan is this has been like a journey. All right. So this build has been a journey. And what I mean by that is the first setup, the first attempt, whatever you want to call it, went tragically wrong. It fell apart. Um I built like an island thing, didn't have like a plastic structure under it. It just basically I built up using rocks, wood, all this stuff, and then it collapsed. The water pump that I had in it ended up dying, and yeah, it just was not a good a whole bad thing. Yeah. So had to rebuild the whole thing, and that is that's how we got this. Now let me move this. Wait, get a better view. Got my snake plant, which is a rehabbed snake plant. This thing was free. I'm gonna throw that thing in the garbage. It was half the height. It's basically doubled in height and put out a bunch of new plants. I even have a baby snake plant in that terrarium down there from a piece of this. So can't believe someone threw this thing out. Freaking awesome. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's our buddy. He reminds me of like a turtle version of Hunter S. Thompson or something. But anyways, all right. So this is what we got going on here. Basically, what I did, and you're not going to be able to. I don't think you'll be able to see it, which is actually kind of the point. But it needs a really big water change too. Like I said, it's not done. But so this, yeah, you can't really see it. Under there is a black crate, like a black crate that supports this whole island, and then I glued in all the wood and pieces around it, and then with the spider wood kind of created pockets, and with those pockets I super glued sponge as bases. So you can kind of see some of the sponge poking out right there. See that little corner? That's a little piece of sponge. I'm not worried about it. It'll eventually get covered by moss or something. But out of all of that, you can't see any of the sponge. You can't see any of the. It was actually a hold on, let me see. I can show you. I had two of these plant baskets for ponds. See that black basket right there? and I cut it in half basically, or less than half. Well, more. I took off like a third of it, I should say. Left two-thirds and used that as the base for my island. Um, Probably more expensive than using other materials, but I already had that thing and couldn't find a use for it. I used it as a breeder basket for a while. It didn't work the best because it was really tall. So yeah, I just kind of used that. So that's the base for this. That's what's holding up the island. And eventually, like I said, we have a pump there. I think I'm going to put the pump. What the heck was that noise? I think I'm going to put the pump basically under that chunk of wood, under this chunk of wood right there. Run the tube up and over, and then I think I'm going to have the um waterfall feature go from down here, down this way, down this, and then drop out there. That's what I think I'm going to try to do. Whether or not I'll be able to make it happen, we'll see. But this is going to have a water feature. And then, like I said, I got to do a huge water change and get rid of all of the leftover mulm and stuff from just mixing everything up and reusing stuff. I left the substrate in here from the fish tank, and yeah, it's just a mess right now. So I got to do a big water change, clean all that out, and then I think once all that mulm is cleaned up, it is going to look way better. It'll be a lot brighter under there, which actually might be a problem for the milk crate. Might end up seeing that, so I might have to do a little bit more trickery and hiding that. But I'm not. I'm gonna roll with it for now. The main thing that I want to work on is I want to try to find some sort of like a bonsai tree to cover up the stump and be the main feature. So I want like a tree growing out of there, waterfall feature, and then probably some added land over here and added land over here. What animals I'm gonna put in this, I have no idea. Recently started learning about fire-bellied toads, and I do think I'm gonna get those as opposed to getting tree frogs or poison dart frogs. Fire-bellied toads seem like they're way easier species to deal with. Seems like they would love like a paludarium setup, so I either might put them in this tank or this tank. I think I could actually do either of them. Um, Probably not this one though. Probably if I get the fire-bellied toads, it would be this one. And I think they would love it, especially with some added land, because that would be kind of like a ramp up right there. You can kind of see I could definitely make if you can see back there, I can make a ramp going up. They'd be able to get out onto land nice and easy. But there's a lot of climbing places for them to get up onto the land. I think it would be a good setup. I think, and then definitely put some sort of aquatic creature. I was actually thinking last night of getting what are those? Like gobies or something, just something different. I don't know. Haven't really thought about it, but I want something very different for the water, something active or just weird on top. And I just want this to be I don't know, just something that I can't stop looking at, and it's getting there. I'm very, very excited with the way it's going. I think the bonsai tree. Hey, Jeffro, are you being sarcastic? I can't tell. I can't tell if are the fire bellies loud or are they quiet because I that I don't know about, and that is one of the things that keeps me thinking about frogs. Is I'm like I don't know if I want some riveting like riveting in here. But as cool as it would be, it would just be like at night, my neighbors would hate me. Green dragon plecos. I actually have some green dragons. Uh, they're not the greatest coloration, but they were sold to me as green dragons. Um, but yeah, let me know about those fire bellies if you're being serious or not. Are they actually loud? But yeah, this is the main thing I want to show you guys. Okay, for real. Okay. All right, sweet, sweet. Then that's perfect, man. I think that that is what I'll end up going for. I think they would take the crickets that I already end up feeding my anole, which, dude, I swear to God, I go through weeks of not seeing that freaking anole, and then I'll be out for a while, and I'm going on one of those stints of not being able to see him, and I've even pulled out a bunch of plants out of that tank. Can't find him. So I don't know if he was really clever and snuck out during feeding one of these nights, or if something else is going on and he's just hidden. But hopefully we'll be able to see him today. But I'm not 100% positive. Um, yeah. Whoo! I almost knocked over that snake plant. That would have been horrible. But anyway, so yeah, this is the paludarium. Still got some more work to do. Still work in progress. You guys know the plan. That's that. That's my girl's guppy tank. It's just got the blue metallic guppies. We got a lot of work to do on that, so no, nothing special to show off there. Yeah, this is the main thing. Fire bellies aren't nocturnal. I was watching um his Serpa design video, and he had a belly paludarium, and I was like, holy crap, I've been looking for the perfect animal for a paludarium, and they seem like they would be fun. Like, I think my kid would love them. I think I would love them. I think my lady would love them, and I really do think that's the way I'm gonna end up going. Maybe even getting some aquatic isopods for the water would be cool. Hmm. I just thought about that, but I gotta do a big water change to get that cleaned up. We'll talk about that more later. Oh, and guys, I'm also working up a collab with a new artist that is this guy is this guy. I would call this artist the he's the Salvador Dali of aquarium fish. All right. I have found this guy. I can't remember where I found him, but he is his artwork is fire. And working out a character with him. Gonna be our first, not I wouldn't say first, because we do have some salt water aquarium people like Roaming Reef. But it's gonna be our first like original saltwater design. So very excited, guys, and I think the freshwater people are gonna love this one too because it actually kind of applies to both. Um, oh God, I can't wait to show you guys though. It's gonna be so cool. And the reason I just brought that up is he actually just I talked to him last night and he actually just sent me some rough sketches this morning of what he's working on. So I'm gonna check those out after this. Cannot wait. But yeah, so this is the regular paludarium. Um, so I was looking at the what animal was that? Oh, the crocodile skinks that Just One More Fish Jesse was talking about. Mushrooms are really good to get into with salt water. You talk about like the mushroom corals? Yeah, because I have so many things I want to start, and I gotta sell a bunch of aquarium stuff, like plants and fish and stuff to make up the money to be able to do some of the stuff. But I want to get one of those reef tanks, one of those mini reefs, and I want to get the animals for this, like the fire belly toads, and then I want to get an animal for this. And this I just keep going back and forth with the poison dart frogs. Were originally the plan. Ended up looking into that and being like, that is just not gonna be a feasible thing. I can't bring in a food culture. I won't do that. I won't take good enough care of them for what they deserve. I just know I won't be able to do that. So so that being said, gotta figure out like an easier animal for this, and I actually might just turn it into like a vampire crab paludarium. I have like a pair of them, but you never see them, so maybe I just get more of them, or I don't know. I don't know. This is something I gotta really think about. But I love this tank. Looks freaking amazing. Got two ferns growing like crazy in the air. Got some Nubius growing. Got some Bucephalandra down there. Kind of hard to see. Some Buse there. Let me see if I can get this light a little bit more forward here. There we go. I think my dog's cold. Just butt it up against me. So, oh man, that light kind of changes things. It's really neat. So, yeah, got some Buse growing immersed there. Some down there. We got some Brazilian pennywort and everything with the little water feature. Um, this is my pride and joy. I love staring at this tank. I don't have any animals in it though, and I mean, I have the freaking crabs, but it's like you never get to see them, and I really want to just add something in here that I can look at. And I was thinking like maybe I got to look more into those crocodile skinks, but I don't think that these are big enough. But I got to talk to Jesse because those things are really cool, and they might like something like this. Um, but I don't know. I think it might be a little bit too small. Mm, was thinking about a praying mantis as well. I Praying mantis would be, I think, way more suited to the size um of this. I really think about the scale, like what it looks like when will walk around. I want it to have a lot of room. Um, yeah, the tetanus shot is not fun. Yeah, not fun. But hmm, yeah, no, I just got to think of something to put in here. I don't know. Maybe a tree frog or something, I guess. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm starting with, like the roaming reef tank. If I'm gonna do a saltwater, I'm gonna get one of those. I'll just follow the directions exactly the way it says, and then I feel like just doing that experience will teach me a lot about saltwater. I also really want to add the little saltwater tank to my art desk. I think that'd be so freaking cool to have a little freaking saltwater tank on my art desk. Um, Also a little worried about if I were to have any problems with the water or anything, what I would do with that. So I got to think about that. But I want it near my art desk. That's the goal if I get one. Yeah, a newt is something I have also thought about. They yeah, like I think it was like an Eastern Ridgeback newt or something like that. There was a couple different newts I was looking at, and then we had that salamander guy on the live stream a while ago, and I thought newts were more amphibious, but it's only for like a semi part of their life, and then for the most part, I guess there's a couple of them that are more aquatic, but for the most part, they're like a land species um after they go into their adult stage. I think they're just pretty much land. But yeah, so this tank just needs to get inhabitants and then more growth, and we'll just let that figure itself out. Eventually, I'll figure out what to put in there. All right, so then this right here is the first terrarium I built that is just a mess because I've been picking through it, and I'm basically going to reset this up, uh, but I'm picking through it first. So just getting kind of a bunch of terrarium plants out of there that I like, and I've been using them for my bigger builds, and then I'll come back to this guy and reset this up. And what I want to do with this is since it's such a small tank, I want to take any of the fast growing plants out of it, and I want to just fill it with like slower growing, really cool plants. So I'll probably turn this into something like a Boost Philandra grow out or a like an Anubias grow out, maybe maybe some rarer crypt. Um, and yeah, that's basically the idea for this. So it doesn't get so filled up and overgrown so fast. I like easy maintenance setups. And originally the guy that got me into terrariums, I guess, was kind of was Chi Chi, and then Serpa Design was actually one of the people, and I've been just binge watching his videos lately. I like his videos because they're so just relaxing. Like if I want to just zone out and just listen to somebody talk and explain things and learn a little bit, I his videos are just they're just something else. So yeah, this tank will be the last, I guess second to last, because I'll probably do this tank, and then my girl's fish tank over there is gonna get turned into a terrarium, and basically I don't want to have to really do water changes on this section of the house. So that's a terrarium. This is gonna be a terrarium. That bottom tank's gonna be a terrarium. That's a paludarium. So I will need to do water changes on it, but it's like super easy, so it's like whatever. The bottom tank's really the pain in the butt to do water changes on because I can't just siphon the water out into a bucket. It it's too low. So yeah, so that's that. Now we got the fish room. Guess we'll go to the top to the bottom. Got this tank right over here. It's just a fish tank. It's got moss. Trying to grow some hooker moss. Um, I was actually learning a little bit about that. They have some really cool plants in plant family that are like terrarium plants. The Hookericae, it's like Hookericae or something like that. Um, really cool plants in that family. So I definitely think I'm going to be looking into that to try to get some terrarium plants. But this moss is looking it's looking okay, but I don't think it's gonna make it. Brent, when I picked it up, Brandon's like, "Good luck, man." He's like, "I think I was barely able to keep it alive, but really couldn't get it to grow much." And I think I'm gonna have the same problem. You can kind of see some browning on some of the new growth, so that's probably not the greatest. I mean, there are some sections that are looking better. Like right there, kind of looks better, but I don't know. I don't know. I've thought about throwing it in the terrarium to see if it'll grow. But from what I looked at online, it's like a actually aquatic moss, so it needs to be submerged. So it's just whatever's in my water. It's just not liking as much as other stuff, other water. I guess I don't know. But yeah, that's that. Nothing really special about this tank. Just some shrimp. Pulled all of the Harlequin rasboras out to put them in here. Okay, let's see. That was loud. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is my 10-gallon Harlequin rasbora tank. It's got some blue shrimp in there. This is previously known as the yes, it could be a light thing. Let's see what kind of water you got. Do you got like decently hard water or is it softer water? Um, because I am curious about the moss because I really like the way it looks. I want to get it to grow. I might just need to get like a bigger starter section. Sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes it's just brute forcing it, just getting a bunch of whatever plant, and then hopefully some section of it is strong enough to grow through the differences. You got soft water, so maybe yeah, maybe it needs softer. Um, but there are a lot of factors in that, I guess. So huh, whatever. Anyways, so this was previously known as the like the bouquet tank, still known as that, I guess. But yeah, this one I just freaking love the look of this. I just This is one that I don't think I'll ever really wanna take apart. I will have to add some nutrients to so that's a big bushel of, cryptolucens. Hey, Mary Oliver, what's up? So that is a big bunch of, cryptolucens, and basically um, it's in like a pot, right? So it's almost in like a planter.
kind of hard to see. You can't really see it in there. So I will probably need to throw some more like aqua soil or whatever in there so they don't run out of nutrients at some point because they do have a limited supply. They're not feeding off the whole tank, just their individual little pod that they're planted in. Um, Man, I can really. This is one of my favorite tanks to just watch. Honestly, the Harlequin Rasboras probably could probably could do a better fish in this tank. They're okay, but I think some aquatic moss comes from high CO2 concentration. So, Stephen P, what's up? Probably, yeah. That definitely could be it. Just hit a few sprigs gifted from Jerry Publisher. Managed to keep it going so far. Some growth. Yeah, I got a little bit of growth. I don't know. See, I put it in the tank that grows the moss oh my god, Jesus. I'm gonna try that sentence again. I put it in the tank that grows most moss best. So like if I've had problems with growing moss, that tank with that light seems to grow moss really well in other versions. So I just figured out, you know what, I'll throw it in there. Um, that might have been faulty logic. Maybe I should put it in like I don't know. This tank might be the better one to put it in. But all right. So I said we are gonna go top to bottom, but I'm already on the ground. So let's just get this ground stuff over with because I do have to gotta hustle up a little bit here. This is just pretty much an empty tank. It's got some guppy grass in it and some plecos. I just got to turn that into something. This is some more guppies. Another tank I just got to break down and do something more interesting with. I don't really know. I'm getting away from like breeding tanks. I was more productive, and I don't know, maybe other people have had this feeling or this experience, but I was more productive having tanks that weren't breeding tanks or weren't grow out tanks or weren't anything like that. I made more money just having tanks that I liked with like the ability to grow plants and everything. So I think that the more fun I have with the tank, the better care I'll take of it, and the more productive it actually will be, as opposed to like making a tank efficient for business. Um, I don't know. Maybe that makes actually more sense than you would think. But just yeah, because saying it out loud just kind of makes sense. It's like, yeah, well, if you enjoy something, you're gonna take better care of it, and if you get better care of it, it'll be more productive for you, I suppose. And so I think that that's the idea with a lot of these tanks is I'm just going to make a bunch of really pretty tanks, stuff that I really want to take care of, and all those tanks are really going to produce plants and stuff that I can sell, and then I'll have a more better ecosystem. Mo better. That's what we're looking for. All right, so we got that's a what is that? Blue? Yeah, blue shrimp. And then this is red shrimp. A lot of hair algae, a lot of slow growing plants in this, just like a moss kind of shrimp grow out in the back there. I gotta scrape the front. Once I pull all that algae out, these tanks are really cool looking. If you could actually see through the front. They have like Anubias growth, a little bit of moss, and some like that's got some spiral uh Vallisneria back there. I use nothing but sponge filters on my tanks. And then I got like a Cryptolucens in this one, Anubias, Vallisneria, and just a bunch of moss. I didn't realize there's like a moss raft growing up on top there, which is kind of neat. That's really cool. Huh. But yeah, these tanks, like I'm telling you, they're very small and they're like hidden gems. You wouldn't expect a lot out of them, but if they were clean right now, you guys would really they're cool looking. All right. So this is my oh my god, he's out. I was wondering if we were gonna see you, dude. Yeah, we gotta get you some freaking we gotta get you some food, man. But that's my Knoll back there. He's actually out and about today. I have not seen him in like 2 weeks. Been throwing food in there and throwing freaking I almost said snails. throwing what are those things called? Crickets. Jesus Christ. Throwing crickets in there and didn't know if he was around. He is so good at hiding. Like I literally have cleared out half of this tank because eventually he's getting moved into a different enclosure. Or at least this yeah, he's gonna get moved into a different enclosure because this tank's gonna get broken down into a moss growing. Yeah, moss definitely can grow some hair algae. Hey, but yeah, this is like a donor tank. All these plants are getting put into other aquariums or other terrariums, and then this is going to get brought back into a aquarium. So this is going to be my aquarium room, my fish room, and then my terrariums over there, and then plants on the far wall. So it's kind of like wet, kind of wet, not really wet, if that makes sense. So I have that. I got this. Obviously, we got Lurtz up there swimming around somewhere. My betta, my samurai betta. He's up there somewhere. Yeah, there's nothing too special about that. I actually put a pleco hide that I found in my fish room in there because I have these were sold as green dragons, but I have green dragon plecos in there. Kind of hard to tell. Oh, there's one. Yeah, you can kind of see him, but yeah. So, oh, there's Lurtz. Hey, bud. What's up? What's up, Lurtz? Yeah, get him. Get him, boy. Yeah, that's my buddy. That's my buddy. Here's my other buddy. What's up, dude? This is the punk. He's been a punk this whole time. Been trying to get right up in my stuff. Say hi. Say hi. All right, so this is my next thing, guys. I have watch out, bubs. Watch out. So I have these two grow out tanks, and since I've put them out, I don't think I have actually made any stop. Hey, knock it off. No, no. So since putting these up, I actually don't think that I have made any progress with them. I don't think that they've actually added anything to my grow outs um or like my production of plants. I think it's just added like stuff I have to maintain, and since it's on the ground, it doesn't get maintained. So I'm really stuck at a crossroads of like what to do with my grow out tanks down here. I don't know if I even want them. I've been thinking about doing like a CPD um, pond kind of thing down here. Um, yeah, I've been thinking about doing kind of like a CPD pond down here because I love CPDs. I just freaking love that fish, but I don't know if I'll actually take care of it the way it needs to be. I don't know if I really, I don't want plants down here, and if I have fish, that means I got to do water changes on something that's on the ground, and that is like that's a pain in the butt. Like this tank is a pain in the butt to do because that's actually got fish in it. This is just has plants, and it's just been in a stasis mode. And my thing is like, if I don't like something, I'm not gonna take care of it. Like I've been saying, like I take care of that, produces stuff all the time. Take care of that, produces stuff all the time. This just needs to catch up, but that has produced me a bunch of plants already. And it's one of the newest tanks. And I sold a bunch of the plants and was able to move on to new plants, which I think yeah, maybe I mean I could grow shrimp out. See, every time I've tried to do shrimp in those ponds, I end up putting different stuff in them and then it ends up because like all right, I actually have I have like a stand-up minute that I've been working on just because I watch a lot of stand-up comedy, so I've been like writing like a minute um based on this concept, but I have like this like I have an issue with like I feel like I'm possessed by like a dumb demon. Like
I feel like some people get possessed by a demon that's like evil and and does like the horrible things, right? Makes people levitate and all that stuff. My demon is like like he's the runt of the group, right? And basically he's just like extreme ADD. All right. I get possessed by this demon every now and then, and I think I have these amazing ideas, and then I act on them, and in reality, they were just super inefficient, impulsive, and just not thought through. And so that is my concept of a dumb demon, basically. And I think this was part of that. It's like I thought I saw something. Well, I also was going to these swaps every month, right? I was going to Fins and Feathers. Fins and Feathers ended up changing locations to Way North, which ended up making everything that I was doing just way harder. Wasn't worth it. And then I ended up in a position where I'm like, have all of this grow out stuff, and then I got to have like a million Facebook conversations, and then I started the Fisher and Punk stuff, and doing the Fisher and Punk stuff while also maintaining all this stuff and a full-time job. It's like I don't wanna maintain these grow outs. He did get his haircut, thank you for noticing. He is freezing. He is freezing, but he did get a haircut, over the weekend. Yeah, he was a dude, he ain't got no head now. He ain't got no head, Bubs. You ain't got no head. He looked like a little lion before, but he's like a little rat. He's a little rat. Oh, yeah, this dog loves fish food. Loves fish food. But yeah, so basically, I'm at a crossroads of like, do I want to take care of stuff that I don't really care about? I don't really care about these grow. Watch out, Bubs. Watch out. I don't really care about these grow outs. I don't really want to deal with them. Are they actually productive? Is it just a waste of time, money? Do the plants that grow there, do they actually get sold? A lot of them ended up getting just overran by algae um and just stuff because it doesn't get maintained. I don't want to pull out a whole freaking tub down there. I don't know. So I'm thinking about either doing an immersed plant grow out. So just basically putting a lid on this, draining all the water out, and just growing stuff wet, like crypts and stuff, and just seeing how that goes. Maybe like a terrarium plant grow out because it would be super easy. Um, and then this, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them or not. The one thing though I do like having these down here for is I had one thing happen is this tank, or the tank that was there, had actually busted a seam, and at the time I had bins along the whole line here. Stop, Bubs, go get Jax, get. Um, and what happens is when that tank drained, it actually drained into here, and so I had definitely a lot of water on the ground, but this was like filled up to the top, which means it caught at least 2, 3 gallons of water. And so my thought since then has been like having these down here is actually is a safety feature as far as like any leaks that happen. They catch a lot of the water. And so I think that having them down here no matter what is a good idea. I don't know if I want to have them as plant grow outs. Because I don't think I, with the mindset that I have right now, like I'm running one business, I'm running the Fisher and Punk business. I don't think I have the mindset to run the plant and fish business in the way that I was before, like, trying to breed fish, like hatching out brine shrimp, like doing all that stuff. Like I have like an hour when I get home from work. I want to spend an hour just kind of looking at stuff and enjoying it and maybe doing a little bit of maintenance, but I don't want to have to have a feeding schedule. I don't want to have to do all that stuff. If I skip feeding any day, I could skip feeding for 2, 3 days and it wouldn't matter um at all around here. um I could check out of this fish room for a week and everything would be pretty much the same when I came back. So, and I kind of need it like that based on the struggles of everyday life and the schedule that I run. Just spit there. But the schedule I run with releases for trading cards and all of that stuff. Yeah, I need this to be a forgiving fish room, basically. Um, so yeah, so I think that being said, I think I'm gonna get rid of these grow outs, or at least turn them into like a sort of immerse grow out thing. But I could just turn them into storage, and it would be really nice to just have storage tote, storage tote, storage tote. Yeah. Well, I just think they suck to maintain. Period. Oh shit! Just hit my head on the freaking table behind me. That was dumb. But yeah, I think they just suck to maintain. Period. Like when I had my pump system for draining the water, which was like the inline pump. Draining these ponds was super easy. Just put the hook on there, pulled the water, shut it into my sink over here. Um, but now that I've been siphon draining water, these are a pain in the butt. Hey, there a fish in there? There's not supposed to be any fish in there. No, you're a shrimp. Yeah, you're a shrimp. But watch out, Bubs. Watch out. No. So yeah. So yeah, I might end up just getting rid of these, and then I'll have two lights to use for something else. I don't. Nope. Won't let me flip around. But I'll have two aquarium lights to use for something else. I don't know, for a terrarium build or rearranging some of these lights around here. I don't know. Dude, knock it off. Knock it off. But that being said, we are at the hour. Get off the floor here. All right. So, hmm, yeah, so that's been the walk around. Um, got to show off a bunch of stuff, talk about stuff. I know you guys probably forget that I have fish tanks because I talk so much about the trading cards. Um, had to remind you guys I actually am a fish keeper, animal keeper, terrarium keeper, whatever you want to call it, plant guy. Um, so I think I should. Yeah, Ryan, about the unofficial sump setup. I actually did think about that though. Yeah, I did think about I could drain if I left one of these empty. I could actually use that as a sump, which is just like drain the water from the tanks when I do water changes into this, and then have a good aquarium pump that I just pump the water from there into the tank or into the sink, and then that way I don't have to do any buckets. And that would actually be pretty sweet, and that would be a really smooth way of doing water changes, and I think that that might be the way to do it. Yeah, let me think about that because I do like that sump idea. I mean, not like a flow through sump or anything like that, but just a water change kind of sump kind of deal. But all right, guys, I yeah, hit the hour mark. Oh snap! It's 12 o'clock. I got to eat some food and get ready for work. Um, Much love, guys. For real, it means a lot to me that you guys all come out here to hang out every Wednesday. Um, I almost didn't go live, and then I was on the phone with Branton talking before here, and I was like, you know what? If I don't, I'm good, right? Yeah. If I don't go live, I'm gonna sad. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna miss you guys. A lot of people's just interactions that I look forward to every week, and it really does mean the world to me, guys. So sincerely, thank you all for showing up every week. Um, and just adding that little bit of spice for the week for my life because shit can get a little bit stale without y'all. All right. So as always, much love to all of you. Make sure you love and make sure you say I love you to your loved ones. Make sure you give them a hug. Um, Make sure you stay positive out there. Keep that negativity monster away. We don't interact with any bullshit. All right. Active mindset. Remember that. That's the thing that I've been really focusing on lately, and it's making like huge changes in the way that I view the world and the way that I view every day. Trying to just actively pay attention to the reasons why I feel certain ways about certain things, um, as in relation to road rage, to interactions with people, interactions with my coworkers, everything. I'm changing a lot, guys, and so I would really, really really love to tell you guys to start doing the same. Just focus on, why you feel certain ways in certain situations. Do I need to feel negative right now? Do I want to be angry? Should I let this person that's treating I feel treating me a certain way, let me feel that way. You don't have to accept the negative energy. You can just accept the positive and move on with your life. And it's making just huge changes for me. So just wanted to say that again because it is something that I try to bring forth in my whole spiel here. Everything I'm doing, just awareness, man. Just pay attention. You are a living being that changes every single day, and you do need to be aware of that. So hope that hit home with somebody. I cannot read the chat, so I don't know what y'all are saying or if anyone's even listening. But much love to you guys. Catch y'all later. All right. Bye. I don't know how to end this. Oh, the X, right? Yeah, end. All right. Catch y'all later.